Hey, I just wanted to thank you to my subscribers for that love that you're sharing me. And we're going to talk about the benefits of a loving relationship, how to avoid low value relationships, what that means, how to have that high value love that we crave. So emotional support. If you have a loving relationship instead of a toxic one, it provides a strong foundation of emotional support. People can rely on each other during challenging times, and that helps reduce stress and anxiety. Stress and anxiety can lead to health issues, so you're alleviating some of the toxicity within your body. And love and companionship can lead to increased happiness and even life satisfaction. Sharing your life with someone who cares for you can bring a lot of joy and fulfillment. It's also kind of comforting. These loving relationships are also associated with better mental health outcomes that help us get through the hard times. And partners often offer understanding and also a safe space for emotional expressions, which can help alleviate symptoms of depression, anxiety, helps us feel less alone in this world. And when you have a loving and supporting partner, your stress is reduced. Simply knowing that somebody is there for you can help you cope through life's challenges more effectively. And research has shown that individuals in these types of loving relationships tend to have better health overall, physically and also mentally. They are more likely to engage in healthy behaviors such as regular exercise, even a balanced diet. All this kind of leads into the longevity. So studies do show that they tend to live longer. The emotional and social support somebody can have will have a positive impact on their overall health and also their longevity. And it can enhance somebody's ability to bounce back from adversity. The supportive partner can be valuable for encouragement, motivation. Sometimes we get down and we just need somebody to lift us back up, kind of give us that little nudge. And when you have somebody by your side, it means you always have someone to share experiences and interests with. And it just makes life more fulfilling, enjoyable, and you start to feel valued. It helps with your self-esteem, self-worth, and intimacy and connection. Helps offer this deeper sense of love and closeness, and that leads to a satisfying and fulfilling sex life, or even just the companionship. And in the context of family life, loving relationships can provide a stable, nurturing environment for children. And partners can share responsibility of parenting and supporting each other in raising children. It's not always easy. And partners in good relationships often work together to set and achieve shared goals. It gives them something to build on together. And this can include things, even career aspirations, financial planning, personal growth. And if you have a life with a loving partner, you can, have some of the financial burden taken off, sharing responsibilities of tasks in daily life. And it leads to more efficiency and also a more comfortable lifestyle. And it increases your social network, as your partner may introduce you to new friends, new family members, and it just leads to a richer, more diverse social life. And it can have somebody there to provide valuable feedback and also support for your personal growth and self-improvement. And they encourage you to pursue your passions. They can even point them out just by seeing certain things that you're good at or certain things that they seem to like. They can give you that little nudge that sometimes we need. So healthy and unhealthy relationships, what's the difference? So the healthy relationship that has open and honest communication, respect and equality, support and empowerment. They encourage you to pursue your interests and ambitions. Trust is the foundational element of healthy relationships. So people that trust each other and their actions are consistent with their words helps build that trust. It's kind of like a glue that holds things together. Trust is really hard to rebuild, so try not to break it. And conflict resolutions, disagreements and conflicts are a normal part of any relationship, but in healthy ones, conflicts are resolved through constructive communication and also compromise. Partners work together to find solutions that benefit both. Both parties in healthy relationships have well-defined boundaries. Boundaries are important. It's kind of like the bumpers that kind of keep our relationship within the confines of comfort and safety. So boundaries are important, and this ensures each person's individuality and personal space are honored. And healthy relationships provide emotional safety. Partners feel secure and comfortable being themselves without fear of judgment, criticism, and emotional harm. When you're able to express who you truly are, that's when you're truly living a happy life. And healthy relationships strike this balance without judgment. Healthy relationships strike a balance between independence and interdependence, where partners maintain their individual identities. That's important, not to lose yourself in a relationship. I do have a relationship on how often people lose themselves, and that starts to eat away at you. So it's really important to maintain your individual identity while enjoying that strong connection and support from someone. And in a healthy relationship, there's empathy, understanding towards each other's feelings and experiences. Sometimes we might not understand why somebody is feeling something, but we have to realize that their feelings are valid and feelings need to be addressed. So sometimes even if something seems simple or small, it might be huge to that person and they might be struggling with it. So that's where the empathy comes in. And in an unhealthy relationship, there's lack of communication, and it also lacks a lot of honesty. Partners might avoid discussing important issues or use passive aggressive behavior. So avoid that. And we're going to talk about weeding out the people that aren't meant to be in our lives in just a moment. And unhealthy relationships involve disrespect, manipulation, or a significant power imbalance. One partner may dominate or control the other, and that leads to health issues or confusion or frustrations and arguments and a snowball to where the relationship eventually just falls apart. And in unhealthy relationships, one or both partners may be jealous, exhibiting insecurity, or engage in behavior that undermines the other's self-esteem or even their success. Distrust and dishonesty are common in unhealthy relationships. Partners may doubt each other's intentions and actions, and this leads to a cycle of suspicion and conflict. And unhealthy relationships, they often involve toxic and destructive conflicts. People may engage in yelling, name calling, or even physically abusive or aggressive behavior. I do have a Soul Survivor Cynthia, which deals with these toxic relationships, how to understand them, how to get out of them. But this channel is dedicated to the healthy relationships and keeping ourselves on track, love's pathway. When it's an unhealthy relationship, boundaries can be unclear or they can be consistently violated. That's why having good self-esteem helps you stick to your boundaries and also to express them because you know what you deserve. One partner may disregard the other's boundaries, and this leads to discomfort and emotional harm. Now, emotional, physiological, psychological things can happen within unhealthy relationships. And that's that gaslighting, manipulation, or even intimidation makes you start to feel very uncomfortable and very unsafe. Unhealthy relationships have excessive dependence or enmeshment, where one partner's identity becomes entirely entangled with the others, leading to a loss of individuality. And this can happen in parent-child relationships too, where they become enmeshed, and like the parent might want to live vicariously through the child and really put forth a lot of pressure that is damaging, causes somebody to lead a life that's outside what they want. And partners in these unhealthy relationships can lack empathy and understanding for each other's emotions and experiences. They may invalidate or minimize each other's feelings. And that's kind of like that narcissism, which is very kind of on the increase. So weeding out low value dates and seeking high value relationships involves a combination of self-awareness, clear intentions, and effective dating strategies. So clarify your values and priorities, know what you want, and determine what you value most in a relationship, whether it's trust, communication, shared interests, or emotional support. Identify your personal goals and life priorities to ensure compatibility with potential partners. Discuss having children. Some people want children, some people don't. That can be deal breakers. Know what your deal breakers are. Is religion important? Is that a deal breaker? Know yourself well. Reflect on your own strengths, weaknesses, and areas of personal growth, and understand your emotional needs and any past relationship patterns that you want to avoid or improve on. So we have to learn from the past. What didn't work? What do we accept that we shouldn't have? What is it that we need and should seek? And our standards, we should set high standards. We should realize what we deserve, what we're worth. So know your self-worth. And don't be hard on yourself. Build yourself up. The more you build yourself up, the more you're going to progress. The more you cut yourself down, the more you're going to regress. So that's really important. Set high standards. Establish what these standards are for the qualities and behaviors you expect in a partner. Don't tolerate somebody yelling at you or calling you names, and be clear about it. I am not going to discuss this if you continue talking to me that way. And be firm and what you will and won't tolerate. Clearly communicate your values and expectations. Let the people know. The sooner you do it, the better. But don't let things get out of hand. Address it when it needs to be addressed instead of letting it all build up and then you dump everything on the person, because that can be overwhelming and they don't know how to deal with it. So pay attention to how your date responds to your communication and whether they respect you. Using dating apps, be very cautious on that. There's a lot of catfishing out there where people misrepresent themselves, and pay attention. Also go with your gut. I have some videos on that of knowing, are they going to Zoom call with you, or are they hiding behind a mask? So just be careful with online dating. Ask thoughtful questions, during the conversation with potential dates. Ask open-ended questions. Give them a chance to talk, as opposed to, you got to talk to them. And pay attention to their responses and how well they listen and engage in the conversation. If you ask them something, are they deflecting it? Are they trying to go to a different subject? Is there something they don't want to discuss? Are they communicating that? We can't always force somebody to talk to us, but are they acknowledging, like, hey, I understand you asked that question. I'm a little uncomfortable sharing that, or that's a little personal at this time, but are they addressing it? Or are they just deflecting? Are they able to communicate effectively? And assess their emotional intelligence. For my narcissism channel, I want to do the emotional intelligence is almost spot on with narcissism. And I'll have that up soon. But it's really interesting that when somebody doesn't have the emotional intelligence, it can mimic narcissism, which can be extremely toxic to someone. So it's crucial, if you want a high value relationship, to have emotional intelligence. Look for signs of self-awareness. Do they realize, like, I get frustrated when I'm hungry? So they're like able to communicate, like, look, I just need some time to get some food or I'm going to lose my cool. Sometimes, if we're aware, we can communicate it, and that way it doesn't get out of hand, as opposed to the person just blowing up at you. So they can try to confine themselves within what they're going for, and they know how to satisfy that need so they don't take it out on you. So self-awareness, empathy, and this emotional maturity. Assess what your date has or your partner, and observe consistency and reliability. If somebody is inconsistent, it can cause a trauma bond, and trauma bonds are unhealthy and will lead to so much stress and anxiety. So notice if they're consistent in their actions and their words. Inconsistent behavior can definitely be a red flag. Consider whether they are reliable and follow through on commitments. Be aware of common red flags in dating, such as controlling behavior, disrespect, or disregard for your feelings and boundaries. Trust your instinct. If something doesn't feel right, your body will let you know. Most of the time it's right. Sometimes it might be off, but for the most part, like 95% of the time, you'll be right. Don't rush into a relationship. Give yourself time to get to know someone before committing. Don't just meet up with somebody, think they're cute, and now all of a sudden you're engaged. Take the time to invest in each other. Weed them out if they're not working. Just communicate it. It's not good to ghost people. That really hurts people. So we don't want to leave behind pain for people, even though it's uncomfortable when you break up with someone. The pain is lessened because they know what they're dealing with. They're not dealing with the unknown or how can I fix it? You're like, it's over. It's over. Thank you. And say it with compassion, that, but don't overdo it. Like, you're really a great guy. You're this, you're that. And to where they're like, then why did you break up with me? Just say it's not working. I can help you with that. If you would like specific wordings, I can do that for you. I'll probably do a video on that. But seek the opinions and feedbacks of friends and family who know you well and have your best interest at heart. A lot of times we forget to take to heart what our friends and family are saying. A lot of them can see red flags, and at least take it to heart and think about what they're saying. They want the best for you. And self-care and self-improvement. Prioritize self-care and self-improvement to become the best version of yourself. And a high value relationship often starts with two individuals who are confident and content on their own. So the more strong you are in who you are, it just falls into place. Trust me on that. So love yourself and be confident. Know who you are, what you want. Confidence is sexy. And if you need specific guidance, I do one-on-ones, but there is ways to increase your chance of having a healthy, happy relationship. If you are in a relationship, there are ways to redirect it, get it back on track to the loving relationship that we want. So thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, share, comment. Helps with the algorithm to get this channel to grow. Thanks again. Topic requests are welcome. See you soon.